My name is Salvatore Merante. I was born in Pentone, Provincia Catanzaro, Calabria. There is nothing in Pentone. No industry, nothing, just some land on the mountain. My father, when he came to America, I really don't know what he did for the first couple years, but then he had the business mind, so there were a lot of the Italians, and they probably need a little fruit market, so my daddy come up with the idea to buy 2 horses and a wagon and a dog. And he was supplying to the Italians. They live on the vicinity, and so therefore I don't know. He said in business maybe until between 5 and 1910. Around 1933, he went back to Italy, but on some point then the war came, and naturally he could never come back here. But the time he got old, and he retired in Italy, which he died in Italy. He became America's citizen sometime between 1905 and 1910. And there was a law that any American citizen, he would get married no matter what country. The wife and his children, automatically they became naturalized American citizen. My mother never immigrated to the United States, but she was an American citizen under my dad, and so is the children. As me and Italo immigrated to the United States, we came here as a naturalized American citizen with an American passport. I came here. 1952 or 53, I went and bought it for Eisenhower for the first time. I didn't have to wait 5 years to become an American citizen because I was an American citizen already under my father's rights. We grew up on those days on a 2-room house and a little kitchen. There is nothing like over here, no luxury. Unbelievable. Those days you went to a doctor, and you know how you pay the doctor? Even with half a dozen eggs or a rabbit or a chicken. People didn't have no money. They pay me with a product that we grow ourselves, such as olive oil, pickled pear, dry figs, dry chestnuts or fresh chestnuts, all the stuff. Not too much money at that time. Once a year, we raise our own pig, and we kill a sausage for our own family use. Of course, I watch my mom and dad making a sausage, which give me an idea when I got her here. Oh, all the kind of vegetable, pasta, a lot of pasta. Every day, different pasta, and they still do today. It hasn't changed very much. They have a meat every day also, too, which we got a meat maybe 2 times a year. I still like pasta. If I left to eat it 3 times a day, I still do. I love pasta. We were very scared from a German, and the German hated the Italian with passion, and they were mean going by. The American, they were very kind. They were very nice. And every time they go by, us the kids, we went to clap our hands for to see them. Oh, when the American they passed by, they threw us the kids, and I remember those small Hershey Kisses, bubble gum or chewing gum or something, and we all run and get them. It was a novelty for us the kids. Oh, my dad, he knew from day one that because there wasn't no future there. He figured as soon as they become a teenager, they're gone, because we had the rights to come here. I come in with a boat by the name of Vulcania, 11 days. I was nervous. I got to Pittsburgh with $23. No money, no language. I just had a brother that he didn't have nothing either. I would say 18 and a half or closer to 19 years old. And so's my brother Italo, same age. He was but the same. The boat I didn't like. I get seasick. When I got here, seeing different people, I thought everybody was Italian in the world, but I found it different. It was all kind of people from all over the world here. It was tough in the beginning. When you don't have no job, no money, and no language, which that's the worst. I guess I grind like everybody else did to be an American. When I saw those big buildings, I said, this is a land of opportunity, and that's all it was. America was good to me, and I'm proud of it, to be an American. When I got to New York, through relation, somebody got me on the porch. He came and get me on the porch. The next day, he put me on the train, on the Pennsylvania Railroad train. He took me to the train and he paid the fare for the train, $12. And they took, I guess, 13, 14 hours to get to Pittsburgh. When I got here, I was starving to death. I seen people eat on the train, and I didn't know how much it cost, and I didn't know how to ask, and I got here, I was starving. I was 18 and a half years old. I could eat 2 pounds of pasta then. Till 1957, we live on a boarding house with the different people, 1 year here, another year there. And we pay so much a month to those a day, and the landlady, what she did, she washed our clothes, and we get a 1 meal in the night in the house. There were a lot of people that they had a boarding house of all the nationality, not just Italian. There was a famous thing, a boarding house. And the people that live on that one room with 3, 4, 5 people. When I first came over and I heard people talking, I used to say to myself, there wouldn't be nowhere in the world that I can't get along with this language. If people talking too fast. But in 3, 4 months of time, 6 months by working with other people, I started to get the neck of it. And in a year of time, I was able to communicate with the people. I had to go to work for a living. I never went to school over here. But I can still read pretty good, not 100%. But I can read that paper and then I know what I'm reading. And I write a little bit, not 100% either. I never had the opportunity to go to school. I had to go to work for a living. When we came over here, I didn't want to go to work for a living for somebody else. My dream one of those a day to do something better than to go to work for somebody else, which happened. And we did. Number one, I always have been a product to be an American. Number two, this is the land of opportunity. Who wants to take advantage? And me and my brother, we did. We took advantage of the opportunity. Nobody ever stopped us to be successful. But we worked for a living. Nobody ever give us a dime. I never collect any kind of employment. I never had a dime from the American government. I pay my tax, but I had the opportunity to make a good living. My first store we opened up on Fraser Street to South Oakland in the beginning of 1953. And it was at the end for me to work outside. Since then, until I retired until 1960. Then in 1960, we bought a store on Marion Street, uptown, by the Mercy Hospital. Until this day, I'm still there. Out of business, yes, but I'm still going down every week and make the Italian sausage. I've been making Italian sausage for at least 62 years. 62 years I've been making sausage. My sausage goes by the name Uncle Sal, no Salvatore, Uncle Sal. Italian sausage. I make the Italian style, calabrese style. Nice and picante, spicy, hot. I make it hot. I tell people, if you don't like a hot, don't buy them out. Because I do make a hot sausage. I've been doing this all my life. Long as my health permit, I still make it. That's on my blood. If I don't make a sausage, I'm sick. A little bit of everything. A little bit of Italian, capicola, salami, prosciutto, and the sausage, of course. I always had a sausage and lunch meat. We did sell all the kind of canned goods. But they didn't have all this new stuff. On the frozen food, we had eggs. The frozen food, the most could have been 7, 8 different kind of a vegetable. They don't have all that kind of vegetable like they do today. Then they come up with the chicken pot pie on the later years that I remember. They didn't have all this kind of frozen food. Today you got too many articles. You could have counted the article in your hands those days. All of those are kind of juice. All of those are kind of whatever. I used to open 7 o'clock in the morning till 5:30, 6 o'clock in the night, 7 days a week. Those a day, if you took in the 65 cents or $75, you did a heck of a business. When you're talking about a quart of milk, it was 17 cents. A loaf of bread 19 cents. I sold a pack of cigarettes for 23 cents. It wasn't no such a thing you sold anything for $1. I sold bologna for 39 cents and the chipped bologna 29 cents. Chipped ham 49 cents a pound. Spiced ham 39 cents a pound. I sold the sausage for 59 cents a pound. I put them on a special 49 cents a pound. There were nothing that you sold for $1.98. I sold pork and beans at 2 for a quarter. Campbell pork and beans at 2 for a quarter. Heinz pork and beans at 2 for 23 cents. Raw toilet paper, 10 cents a roll. The better one, which I didn't sell too much. The people that haven't much money like they do today. I sold Scott toilet paper, 2 for 29. 2 roll for 29. The other one was Ideal, and another one, I don't remember the name, 10 cents a roll. I sold mostly the one for 10 cents a roll. On the 50s, when I came over, there were a lot of foreigners. There was a time in which a lot of immigrants would come in. We were a lot of Italians over here in Oakland. There were a lot of Italians, all good, hard-working people. There were a lot of Italians. As the university in the 60s, it started to get a little bigger. A lot of them moved away. which now I got to the bottom of the barrel. It's very few, not too many left. And me, I'm one of them. That I immigrate here in Oakland, and I intend to stay until I die. I don't go nowhere. I love Oakland. Oakland is one of the best community in the Allegheny County on the western Pennsylvania, I should say. 1950, you didn't have no air conditioning yet. You didn't have no television. In the summertime, you walking on the street, everybody sitting on the porch to stay cool. The television come in, the air condition come in. It was at the end, the friendship, and to your next door neighbor. You used to know everybody in every street to you walking, especially in the summertime, they all sitting outside. When they come up with the television and the air conditioner, was at the end. You don't even know your next door neighbor, hardly. The Oakland is street like any other. They have the United Nations. There were a lot of Italian, but you had a lot of Jewish and Greeks and all. We used to hang out with a lot of. In Oakland, we hang out on Forbes Avenue. Everybody had their own group. You go in one corner was everybody speaks a Greek, and the other one it was a Jewish, and the other one it was Italian. They had the Irish, a lot of Irish people here in Oakland. We used to go dance. At that time was a Westview. We used to go dance at Westview. In the summertime we would go to Kennywood, but then the Kennywood they closed, so the Westview, and there was another place on Castle Shan, I couldn't think of them. Of course, not too many people drove it then neither. We used to go on the streetcar, no buses. They didn't have no buses there. They had the streetcar. Oakland had everything. We had 3 shows. We had a lot of good restaurants, Italian, Jewish, and all. Oakland is always ahead of everything you need, except a department store. Until the 60s, comes the Friday, Saturday night, everybody dresses nice and neat. Every Friday night and Saturday night, we used to get a shoe shiner, 20 cents, but you used to give them 25. And they had so many, they had a 6-7 place in the Oakland district as a shoe shine. They had one place where they clean hat. There is no place in the city of Pittsburgh you can get the hat. They had so many places they clean the hat in the city of Pittsburgh. Today I got so many hats, they get a little dirty, I'll have to throw it away. You couldn't get them clean, as far as I know, nowhere. A lot of places in the city of Pittsburgh, all over the country, real, because the people wear a good hat. They didn't wear no cap over here with the baseball, football, hockey, and I usually get dressed. I never walk out of the house without a hat or without a jacket. If it's a 90 degree, I carry them on my arm, but I still carry that jacket with me. The hat all the time. Straw hat in the summertime, and now that started getting a fall and winter time with a regular hat. But I wear a hat all the time. The only time I don't wear a hat in church. When I go to the movie theater, I wear a hat. That's on my blood. I like to get dressed. I don't like no jeans or anything like that. No shirt with anybody's name, including my family name. Always dress plain clothes, but nice. I always like to get dressed. No, I don't knock anybody. If people dress the way I want, I like to get dressed, so that's what I keep it up until I have my noodle. My marble, I should say. 1951, one of my paisana got married, and I got invited. And the first suit I bought him over here in Kaufman. And there was a gabardine, they called the material. And those days, the suit they get it with 2 pair of pants. After the 60, you didn't get a suit with just 1 pair of pants. All your suit, there were 2 pair of pants. And I pay for the suit $49. I told my aunt that I bought a suit for $49. She all hit me with the pot she was cooking. She said, "You crazy. You spend your money like this. You work $49. And I bought a pair of shoes, a suede, imported from England, $21. The guy who sold me, he was an Italian, Sicilian descent. And he says to me, "Paisan, you better learn how to spend your money. We haven't sold a pair of shoes for $21 to nobody. And you buying $21. Suede, genuine suede." That's the way they used those days. When I was 15 years old, I needed a shave. And my father used to say, "You better go to barber and get a shave." I said, "Yeah. But I'll have to make a deal with the barber for him to stay away. I want him to leave a mustache." I went to the barber and he said, "You kidding me?" He said, "You're a baby yet, 15 years old." I says, "If you cut the mustache, I'll go outside to get a couple of bricks and I'll break all your window over here, all your glass." I says, "I want that mustache." He said, "You kidding me?" I says, "If you go closer with the razor, those are there, they use a straight razor. You leave a mustache." When I got home, my dad, he almost threw me off with a step. As soon as then I had a mustache. When I came to this country in the 50s, the American public, they didn't have it yet. No long sideburn, no mustache. Very few people. Minority the people. So I started that to grow and they started teasing me and I had to shave it off. But then I grow. Then I shave it off. Then I grow. This time around 35, 40 years ago, I grow. And I say, it's going to be a mustache handlebar. And that's the way it's been. It's been my trademark of this. I won the championship 2 years in a row on the mustache big contest. And I beat everybody. I came number uno. You can go to supermarket for 40 years. You don't know the name of the cashier. The cashier don't even know who you are. On the grocery store, the way we did, somebody got sick in the neighborhood, you know. Somebody passed away, you went to pay your respect. You know how many kids they have. And you know their kids' name. Now everything is a commercial. The old Papa and Mama story was a wonderful thing. You might pay nickel or dime more, but you had not only they will know your customer, they were your friends. I have people that stop me. That's a third and a fourth generation. They come and talk to me. They try to tell me who they were 60 years ago. I've been to know these people for 60 years. I have a black family. They buy a sausage from me since 1953. That's a 4th generation. You know where they go for the sausage? On Bed Street over my niece's store. They still do. That's on the 4th generation. But you can never stop progress. I love a student. They ain't bother me. They respect me. They know A lot of they afraid to even say hello, but it's no here or there. But I don't have no problem with the student. They having big party, it don't bother me. I shut the window. Like this out here. Don't bother me. Stay away from drinking and drug. Go work for a living. Today they're talking about a kid, 20 years old, it says he's a kid, yeah, kid. I was a man when I was 12 years old. I knew the necessity from the family over my mother and father. Now those kids are no disrespect. They're 19, 20 years old. They don't know what it takes for the father to send them to school, to dress them and so on and so forth. I had a man mind when I was 12 years old. Not just me, but all of us, we grew up in the poverty. Today, everything is easy. They don't want to work for a living, I'm sorry to say. And you cannot correct either. I had to learn on the hard way. I didn't have nobody to teach me. When I bought the first store, I was here in the country a little over 2 years, without a schooling and everything. I thought all by myself. The language to read and to write and so on and so forth, and how to run a business too. I never miss an Italian festival when I can get it without because I don't drive. And I love to go. I go to all. I used to go to the 4th of July or to the Regatta downtown, which is not Italian, but I go to the Feast of St. Anthony on the street, and I'm in charge to carry the Italian flag. I go to Columbus Day Parade, I carry the Italian flag. I never miss a Kennywood for 35, 40 years. I'm always there. Where is the Italian feast? I'm there, as long as I can get to. Last year I went to Italy and I missed the festival in Bloomfield, and everybody worried about it that something happened to me. And they saw me this year, they said, we'll look for you all over the place. So we'll look for you. Well, I went to Italy. I got close pretty much, but then I got my feet got cold and I had to stop. I had to quit. I don't know why. And maybe it's no meant to be. I guess, I don't know. But I got pretty close. I had a lot of nice girls. Very nice. I love what I did for a living. I would do it again if I had to live again. I enjoy every day that I went to work. I love the people. I could never do any other thing because I love the people, and I still do on my age. On my age, every night, 7:30 in the night, I go out. As long as I see people, I don't want to stay home. Even when I'm sick, I go out. People, they see me on the bus and downtown all over the place. They're always screaming. Who calls me Mr. Merante? Who calls me Uncle Sal? Who calls me Salvatore? I don't even know myself. But I always like people. I like to be around people.